Today, I'll be looking at a case study of a 61-year-old client with $500,000 and what it will take for him to retire. Over my years helping clients with more modest savings navigate retirement planning, I've developed specific strategies to make retirement work even when the numbers seem challenging. And that's exactly why I'm making this video today, to show you what it actually takes for someone with $500,000 at age 61 to achieve a secure retirement. If you're new to this channel, I'm Cody Gunn. I'm a CFA charter holder and the founder of Arrowstone Wealth, where we help clients retire early through smarter investing and lowering their lifetime taxes. And with that, let's get into it. So let me introduce you to the client. For privacy, we're going to call him Jason. Jason is 61 years old and has spent his entire career in the skilled trades. He's been a diligent, consistent saver his whole life, putting money away from every paycheck into his 401k. But his income, while solid, never reached the executive levels that allow for those massive six-figure annual contributions that you read about online or watch on YouTube. Now at 61, his body is starting to send him some, let's call them forceful suggestions that it might just be time to hang up that tool belt. His back isn't what it used to be, and his knees have seen better decades. He looks at his $500,000 nest egg, and it looks at articles online saying that he needs $1 million more. He's not looking for lavish retirement with world cruises and a second home. He's looking for a realistic path to stop the physically demanding work and enjoy the life that he's built. He came to me with a very simple but powerful question. Is it even possible? So the key problem Jason is facing isn't just the number $500,000. It's the uncertainty that that number creates. It's like driving on the highway in dense fog. You know you're moving forward, but you have no idea what's 50 feet ahead of you. He can't determine if retirement is feasible at all with his current savings or what specific changes he'll need to make to get there. He's looking for practical, actionable solutions, not just a lecture saying he should have saved more. He needs a roadmap, not a report card. Now, if you feel like you're in a similar situation to the client I'm talking about in this video, where you don't know what it'll take to retire, head down to the description after watching the video and click the link to book a discovery call. I'll dive into your specific numbers and we can talk about what building your ideal retirement looks like. Now let's go back to Jason. The impact this uncertainty was having on him was profound. He's continuing to show up to a physically punishing job every single day, feeling the aches, pains, and fatigue because he's actually just afraid to stop working. He's trapped in this paradox. The very job he's built his savings on, now it feels like he can't continue it. But every day he feels more worn down, but the path to the finish line is completely invisible. He's stuck between the physical pain of working and the financial fear of it not working out in the end. And this is an absolutely miserable place to be. But feeling stuck is not a strategy. Finding a way forward is. Now that you understand the position this client was in, this next part is especially important because I'm going to cover exactly how you can implement what I've talked about directly into your retirement plan. So when Jason sits down with me, we don't just jump into a spreadsheet. That's actually step 5. We start by asking the right questions. These are the diagnostic questions that will define our future conversation. The first and most important is, what income can your $500,000 realistically generate? And how does that number compare to your essential expenses? This is the bedrock. We have to know the engine's horsepower before we can plan the trip. This isn't about your golf membership. This is about utilities, property taxes, food, and healthcare. We need a clear, non-negotiable baseline number. Second, how does Social Security timing impact your overall retirement strategy? This is critical for someone with a more modest portfolio. Social Security isn't just a check. It's one of the most powerful levers that we can pull. Take it at 62 versus 67, maybe even 70, can completely change the retirement equation. We need to analyze the break-even points and see how this fits into his savings. Can your portfolio handle waiting until full retirement age? Or is taking it at 62 a better choice to take some strain off your investments? These are the questions at the center of optimizing your decision. Third, what lifestyle adjustments would make retirement feasible? Notice I said adjustments, not sacrifices. This is not about eating ramen the rest of your life. It's about being intentional. It could be downsizing the home now that the kids are gone, or maybe trading 2 cars for 1. We look for the big wins that don't drastically reduce the quality in your life. Number 4, how can part-time work or a phased retirement bridge the gap? The idea of going from 60 miles an hour to a dead stop is daunting for anyone. What if Jason could work 2 or 3 days a week in a less physically demanding role? Maybe consulting, maybe working as a professional at a local hardware store. This could provide just enough income to delay tapping into his portfolio, giving it precious extra years to grow. Number 5, what withdrawal strategy maximizes the longevity of your $500,000? The 4% rule is a guideline. It's not a gospel. For a 30-year retirement starting at 61, we need to be more dynamic. Maybe we withdraw less in the early years while he's working part-time, or maybe more later on. We need a strategy that adapts to his specific situation. And finally, number 6, how does healthcare costs and Medicare planning factor in? This is like the great white shark of retirement planning. Jason's 61. Medicare doesn't kick in until he's 65. We have to have a rock-solid 4-year plan for health insurance coverage. Ignoring this can sink the entire ship before it even leaves the port. We ask the questions, and now we have the answers. Here's how the decision-making process will actually unfold in our meeting. First, we do the cold hard math. I say, okay, Jason, let's look at the numbers. A 5% withdrawal rate on your $500,000 gives you $25,000 a year, or about $2,083 a month. We both know that on its own, it isn't going to cut it in today's world, and that's okay. This is just our starting point. It's not the end point. The next thing we'll do is we layer on Social Security. We run the numbers. If he takes it at 62, his benefits permanently reduced by about 30%. If he can wait till full retirement age at 67, he gets 100% of his benefit. And if we wait till 70, it grows another 24%. For him, this could be the difference between $1,800 a month and $2,700 a month. That is a huge, huge game changer. So the immediate goal becomes clear. How do we get Jason from 61 to at least 67 without touching his nest egg? So this is where we build what I call the Social Security bridge. We look at the part-time work idea. Jason is a skilled tradesman. His knowledge is incredibly valuable. So we look at options. Could he teach at a local trade school, work at a pro desk at a home improvement store? He finds that he could likely make $25,000 a year working just 15 to 20 hours a week, work that doesn't break his back. So here's the plan we sketch out. For the next 4 years, from age 61 to 65, Jason transitions to his less demanding part-time work. That $25,000 a year covers his basic living expenses. And the best part? His $500,000 portfolio isn't being touched. In fact, with 7% returns, it will grow to over $650,000 in those 4 years. At 65, he then enrolls in Medicare, and this solves the healthcare problem. He can now choose to fully stop working. Now, to bridge the 2 years until he claims Social Security at 67, he draws from his retirement savings. If he needs $30,000 a year, he'll use $60,000 from his portfolio over those 2 years. Then, at age 67, the cavalry arrives. He turns on his full Social Security benefit. Let's say it's $2,500 a month or $30,000 a year. Now look at his new picture. He's 67. His portfolio is probably around $600,000. He has $30,000 a year coming in from Social Security. And if he withdraws 4 to 5% from his portfolio, that's another $24,000 to $30,000 a year. His total retirement income is now close to $60,000 a year, with a plan that has dramatically increased the odds of his money lasting for the rest of his life. Now, there's one key element that I glossed over when giving the basic framework of this plan. Notice I didn't say Jason had a mortgage. Going into this situation, having one is really difficult. If your mortgage is eating up 1/3 of your monthly budget, the math isn't in your favor. If you do have a mortgage, it isn't a deal breaker though. Perhaps you could downsize. And I've had clients who didn't want to continue to take care of their yard when they retired, so they switched over to a condo. If you're flexible, then there's lots of options that we can consider. And another consideration is this. Some of you are living in states where costs are outrageous. Not only are the prices of everything from groceries to gas and insurance more expensive, you have to deal with state and local income taxes. Moving to a lower cost area is without a doubt something you should consider if you can. I recently had my first client move to Mexico because of the lower cost of living. And I'm here to tell you, in certain areas of Mexico, you can live like a king on a very modest budget. Now that you've seen what retirement with $500,000 at 61 actually requires, you can better understand that success in retirement isn't just about hitting some magical, mythical number. It is about smart, strategic planning. If you feel like you need more help with your retirement plan, whether you have $500,000 or $10 million, the process of asking the right questions is exactly the same. If you'd like help creating a comprehensive early retirement plan that avoids regret and builds lasting confidence, click the link in the description to book a complimentary discovery call. In that call, we'll walk through your unique situation and map out a clear path toward the retirement that you've envisioned. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers.